Hi everyone, George with the Art of Water. Hey, I want to talk to you today about substrate. There's a lot of questions that I've been asked lately regarding how much substrate needs to be in a planted aquarium. And there's varying opinions on that. I would suggest my best success with growing plants. Now this aquarium here is only been planted maybe 3 months, and the plants are just starting to take off in it. Some of the plants aren't doing as great as others. The fern in the back is doing pretty well. The two other ferns to the left and the right in the back are doing very well. This green leafy plant is doing very well, but I'm having a little bit of a problem with carpeting plants, and it's not because of the substrate or the type of substrate or lighting or anything like that. What I'm having a problem with is my betta fish likes to get down in there, as you're seeing right now, and he knocks these things out of there all the time. So I'm constantly fighting with that. But if I wanted to show you a good example, there are tanks all over my house that have, if you look at this tank here, there is approximately 5.5 to 6 inches of substrate in this particular tank. Now, this is a 5-gallon tank, and I decided to put that much substrate in there on the opinion of a friend, basically. It was his suggestion that I do that and start doing that with all of my tanks as I put them together. I'm looking at my betta right now, and I see he's only been in this tank for a few days. I switched him out from another tank into here, and I saw him going underneath a rock last night, and he scratched the top of his head. That's not ick or anything like that. It's just a spot on his head where one of his scales got scrubbed up against the rock a little bit too much, and it kind of hurt him a little bit. I've had that happen before with betta fish, especially the dark ones. It's very noticeable, and so he's fine. But anyways, back to the substrate. If you're planting, plant as much as you can afford to plant, number one. Number two, and substrate, I would at least go 4 to 4.5 inches. If you can go 5.5 inches, that's even better, because these plants with deep root systems, especially carpeting type plants, which I'm going to be putting more in here in the next week, and you're going to be able to see or notice right away that these carpeted plants love that sort of environment. And so if you have a question about substrate, leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. And again, as much substrate as you can possibly put in there on a slope if you want to. That's always looks best with any kind of aquascaping. But plant your plants in a decent amount of substrate if you can afford it. I know it's expensive. Some of the stuff that I use is very expensive, and it's hard to do that in a big tank. But if you can do it as much as you can, because it's going to be your lifeline for a lot of reasons. And this tank is very healthy, I think, because of that very fact. Anyways, George with the Art of Water. We'll talk again soon. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave your comments, and we'll talk again soon.